Okay, here we go. We're on number 5, or the half, 0.5 half scale. So we're going to go ahead and adjust it down to match it up. We're going to take our reading. And you see we're basically 0.2, not even 2.5 over. So 0.2, again, remember that if I would have said 1, it would actually be 1/10,000th. So when I say 0.2 in this case, it's actually 0.2. Alright, so now we've done our half scale. We're going to continue around until we hit 75, which just takes a minute. You gotta go around. So we're at 3/4 scale. That's going to be 0.75. So as you can see here, we're past the 7. We're almost in the middle point between it and 8. So at 7.5, we're going to be at the 3/4. So we're going to go ahead and measure right here. Let me get it. Okay, 7.5, and you see we are basically 1.6, a little bit more than half, but not quite 3/4. So that's going to be 1.6, 1/10,000th.6. Now we're going to go on over to full scale. That's 9. I could stop there, like I said, but I want to check, make sure I have full travel all the way up to the 1. Okay, 1 disappeared. Come down here, and as you can see, we are now at 3.5. So again, that was 0.3.5. So that's 3.5 10,000ths. In this particular case, this one should be allowed actually 2 thousandths. So we are still well within, because up to 2.5, you're allowed 1 division off. Over 2.5, you're allowed 2 divisions off. This one's actually in really good shape. Now, so far we have checked the scale face. We have gone through and checked the full scale, all the revolutions around. Now we need to go and check for repeatability, or not repeatability, but we'll check for hysteresis next, which usually what I'll do now is we have that point at the halfway point. So we're going to go back down to 0.5, circling down. All I'm doing is running my hand across it. Okay, we're almost there. Just going on down. Now, hysteresis, you have the increasing when you're increasing, and you have your decreasing. So you need to be careful not to undershoot, because what we're doing is we're checking for backlash, essentially. And then if it can repeat going down. So we're checking what the difference is between the last value when we were increasing, and then the value now when we're decreasing, just like you do in a scale. Be very careful not to pass it. Okay, come down here, and it looks like we're pretty much right on the money. If you recall earlier, I believe it was a half. I didn't write down the value. If I was doing the calibration, I'd write down the value, but right now I'm landing right on it. So our hysteresis error is 0, or decimal 0.0005, or what I would record down on the certificate would be 0.5. So that would be our hysteresis error. So we now have 2 readings for the half. All right, we have the one increasing, one decreasing. That takes hysteresis. Well, while we're at it, why don't we go ahead and do repeatability? We've already got 2 points. We need preferably 5, at a minimum 4. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to go ahead and take my reading again. And see, I'm just over at 0.2. So there's my third. I'm 0.2 under. I'm going to go high this time. That was my fourth. There, it disappeared. And 0.2 over. Okay. Now one thing, again, you need to pay attention to is parallax error. If you look over here off to the side, it looks like it's not as low. It looks like it's high. So you always want to make sure that you're directly over the line. And that way the needle should disappear on the line. Okay, there's your calibration. You're basically done now. You can go ahead and reset this all the way back down to 0. One thing I have not covered, which is kind of a given, I will take it out and I will show you what you need to look for. But let me go and get this back down to 0. Alright, I overshot 0, so that would be my 0. Again, if you ever need to read the scale, if you see each line, you should see the line and you should see the 0. That's where you're at. So if I go all the way around, it goes around 25. Well, there's 25. You can see the 25 line and the 0. You see the half line and the 0, so that's where you're at. And then you see it disappears as you go across. So that is, it takes 4 complete revolutions for 1/10 of an inch. There's my fourth coming up. So there's your 1 and the 0. Pre-inspection on your indicators. Yeah, just that one. What I want to loosen up is you want to make sure that you have full travel and it's nice and fluid. You don't feel any gears skipping or stopping on you. So there's 1. Inspect the tip for excessive wear. See if we can get it to focus. It's going to want to focus on everything but the tip. Go figure. There. See the little ball there? You want to go ahead and inspect it. Make sure you don't have any scratches that are going to affect the way it reads. Any gouges, excessive wear, flat spots. So we check for fluid, we check the tip. You want to go ahead and make sure the face, because sometimes the backing will go around and you'll see the needle skip as it goes around. This is actually me pushing down, but it's not catching the face at all. So we have good movement. Needles are in good shape, so that's the face. And the last, again, is your lock right here. You want to make sure that as you turn this, A, you can turn it around, and then B, that it locks into place. Okay. That is your dial indicator. I'll go over the certificates next.